Okay, so one of the more challenging comprehensions that I've encountered in PSLE all these years from 2015 until now, one of the better ones, I think, if not the best. So I explained to you all why this is such a good, well-structured comprehension passage and some of the questions that are well-designed. And I'll point you all to why these questions are very well-designed and why they are very difficult to answer. Okay, so did you all find that this was an easy or difficult comprehension passage? If you think it was difficult, give me a thumbs up. If you think it was easy, give me a thumbs down. Ken? Okay. Moderate. I'm seeing some sideways. Okay. So moderate difficulty. Y'all didn't find it very difficult? Okay. All right. Yeah. So Adele finds it easy. Okay. So the passage is deceptively easy looking, but actually it's quite tricky. I'll point out to you as we go along why it is tricky, the passage itself. And the questions are not easy, okay? Right? The questions are actually quite difficult to answer. And I will point out to you again as we go along, what are the questions that are a bit more demanding, right? In the way that you answer them, okay? Let's start with the first question, shall we? Okay, so the first question, if you were highlighting, right, you would highlight why, okay? They were behaving like flies drawn to honey. Now, the key here is you cannot use the word drawn. Okay, because this question, right, is indirectly asking you to explain what it means when you use the term flies drawn to honey. Okay, so can anyone give me a word that has the same meaning as drawn, which will explain what drawn means without using the word drawn? Anybody? Did anybody write a word in your answer that was not the word drawn? Because if you wrote the word drawn, right, it's straight away wrong already. Right? It's incorrect because you have to explain the word drawn. Did anybody here use a word other than drawn in your answer to replace the word drawn? Anyone? Can you just volunteer and holler out the word so that I can hear whether it's correct or wrong? Anyone? You can either wave at me or you can just unmute yourself and say it. I don't mind. Anyone? You mean you all use the word drawn? Do you use the word drawn in your answer here? No, then maybe can you volunteer what your answer is? Afifa, can you start us off?
They saw the golden cards in Mr. Lee's hand.
Yes, that's what they saw. But why were they behaving like flies drawn to honey? Okay, can you see, Afifa, you're not answering the question. They're asking you, why were they behaving like flies drawn to honey? Why? So it's not why did they run towards the father? They ran towards the father because they saw the tickets in his hands, right? Yes. But why were they behaving like flies drawn to honey? You must explain this. See, difficult question right from the first question already. So if you wrote, they saw the tickets, the golden tickets in their father's hand is wrong. Okay, Kayla?
They have always wanted to go to the Sentosa exhibition.
Again, I'm not asking you why were they excited to see the tickets. They were excited to see the tickets because they had always wanted to attend the Sentosa exhibition. That's not answering the question. The question is asking why they were behaving like flies drawn to honey. Can you see the very first question is already so difficult? So you must explain what is it about their behavior that likens them to flies being drawn to honey. You have to answer it in this way. Very difficult question to begin with. Anybody else wants to try before I give you the answer? Anybody wants to attempt to see whether your answer is correct before I tell you what the actual answer is? No? No waves, I take it as you surrender. So the answer is, they were attracted. Why did they behave like flies drawn to honey? You know, flies fly towards sweet things, right? So they are drawn or they are attracted to something that is sweet, right? So in this case, the children were attracted to what? To the golden tickets in father's hands. Okay, so the key is attracted to the golden ticket, like flies being attracted to honey. they were attracted to the golden ticket in the hand of the father. That answers the question. Why were they behaving like flies drawn to honey? Well, because like flies drawn to honey, they were drawn or attracted to the tickets in father's hands. Aiden?
If I put the twin children were attracted to the golden cards in their father's hands and wanted to see what they were.
Yeah, I accept that. So the word attracted, right, must be used in order to explain the word drawn to honey, okay? So if you use the word attracted, or maybe they were tempted, or they were pulled towards their father by the sight of the golden tickets or the golden cards in his hand. Yes, I'll accept it. Okay, right? It's all good. But there must be this idea about why they are behaving like that. They are behaving like that because they are attracted. Okay, they are drawn to, they are attracted, they are pulled towards the father because of that. Can you see how difficult the question is? Okay, it's not easy, boys and girls. You must read the question carefully to answer it. Okay, otherwise you will end up writing an answer, but it's not what the question is asking you for. Okay, so high level of difficulty here. Very important to pay attention to the keywords. Again, annotating the question will help you to pay attention to how to answer it. Okay, next question, number 67. Okay, he was caught in a dilemma. Okay, you all know what a dilemma is, right? When you're caught between two difficult choices, none of them easy to make. Okay, and then finally, the apologetic smile. Okay, you have to explain both of these concepts, right? Would someone like to tell me what the dilemma is? What is the dilemma that Mr. Lee the father is facing? Anand?
He could not choose who to bring to the exhibition.
Okay, so that's not sufficient information. It's not that he's choosing between a multitude of many people. Who is he choosing between that makes it difficult for him to make this choice? Anyone? It's not that he has many choices, right? He only has two. But what makes it so difficult to make this choice between the two people? Okay, what makes it so difficult to make the choice, the dilemma? Why is it a dilemma? Okay. Maybe I'll hear one or two more answers and then I will give you mine, okay? Can I hear what Rainer wrote? Rainer, can you tell me what you wrote?
I wrote he wanted to apologize in advance because he could only choose
I'm
one
asking you
child.
for 67A, no, not 67B.
Oh, Mr. Lee only had the tickets for one child, but he has two child, so he has to pick one.
Okay, I'll accept that actually, right? That's fine, okay? He had to choose between two of his children, okay? What Rainer basically said is the same thing. He had two children, he only had one ticket. He had to choose one of his children to attend the concert. He could not let both go, right? So the difficulty is in choosing between his children. That's the difficulty because he loves them both equally, right? But he only has one ticket. So he has to choose between two of his children. It's a difficult decision to make. That's what makes it difficult. It's the two children. Anand, do you understand why your answer is wrong? Okay, because you were not specific enough about what he was choosing. He was choosing between two of his children. Okay, were you?
What about he did not know who to choose to go to Sentosa with him, but they both wanted to go?
That does not answer the question because it's not about who wanted to go, right? The difficulty, right? The dilemma, right? Remember the word here is dilemma. I have to explain dilemma. The dilemma is choosing between his children. Because he loves them both equally, he cannot choose between them. It's difficult. The dilemma is in the difficulty of the choice, not in who wants to go. All right? If you don't mention the children, then your answer will be incorrect. Okay? If you mention only one ticket but two people going, right, that's also incorrect. Because if I'm choosing between a random stranger and my child, of course I will easily choose my child. But it's the difficulty of choosing between two of my children. Okay? I hope that helps you to understand it a bit better. Kayla?
Mr. Lee needed to choose only one of his children to go to the Sentosa exhibition.
Okay, I accept that because it's one of his children, assuming that you're choosing between two of them, because in the passage there are only two children mentioned. Okay, accept. Eden?
He did not know whether to give the last ticket to Amy or Adam.
That's factually incorrect. There is no last ticket. There's only one ticket. Okay, so factually incorrect. So that's wrong. Reagan?
He could not choose whether to pick Amy or Adam to go with him to the Sentosa exhibition.
Okay, I'll accept that. Amy and Adam, because it mentions in the question that Adam is his son and Amy is his daughter. I accept that. All right, because it says in the question, Adam, his son, Amy, his daughter. Okay, yes. Pei Wen?
I write that Mr. Lee did not know whether to bring Adam or Amy to the Sentosa exhibition.
Okay, yeah. Again, same and similar to what Reagan said. All right. I assume that Amy and Adam are the names of his son and daughter. So yes, he cannot choose which one to bring with him because there's only one ticket. Acceptable. The one ticket is not necessarily mentioned. It's okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Why did he feel apologetic? Now, you are apologetic when you do something that causes someone else harm or disturbance, right? So in this case, right, why was father feeling apologetic? Because he knew something, right? He knew that something would happen when he made the choice. What would happen if he made this choice? When he made this choice? What was going to happen that would cause him to feel apologetic? Let me hear a few answers, okay? Sarah, can you tell me what you wrote for your answer? Then I'll take that as the comparison for the rest.
Adam and Amy wanted to go with him.
Oh, sorry, can you say that again? Louder? Closer to the mic if you can.
He knew both Adam and Amy wanted to go with him.
Yes, but so what? So he knew that they both wanted to go, but so it still doesn't answer the question of why he feels apologetic, right? So what is it that he's going to do that's going to cause him to feel apologetic? Okay, thank you, Sarah, but no, not the answer. Reagan?
He was worried he would spoil their mood if he chose one of them.
Again, I'm not asking you about why he's worried or whether he's worried. This has nothing to do with worry. I'm asking you why he is apologetic. Okay, apologetic means you've done something wrong or you have caused disturbance to someone and now you're apologizing or you feel apologetic towards them. So what is this thing that he is doing that is going to cause him to feel apologetic? You still not answered the question, Will you?
Only one person could go to Sentosa with him, but both of his children were eager to go. Thus, one of his children would be disappointed as they could not go to Sentosa.
Very long and unnecessarily, but the last part is correct. What is your last fragment? Only?
One child could go and the other child would be disappointed because they could not go to Sentosa.
One of the other children will be disappointed. That's why he feels apologetic. One of his children, one of them, for sure, right? Because there's only one ticket, would be disappointed. This disappointment he is causing them is what he is feeling apologetic about. Okay, he's feeling sorry because whatever he chooses, somebody is going to have to be disappointed, and he doesn't want to disappoint either of them, right? So he feels apologetic because he knows that one of them is about to feel this very, very bad disappointment, and the key word is disappointment. Okay, let's hear if you have alternative answers. Kayla?
Mr. Lee felt sorry that he could only bring one of the twins with him to a Sentosa exhibition.
Okay, he felt sorry. I accept that. Okay, he felt sorry that he could only bring one of them. Oh, I'm sorry, no, cannot. You know why not? Because felt sorry, right, is just another replacement for apologetic. What I want to see is the disappointment that he's causing that makes it such that he's feeling apologetic. So I don't need a replacement for apologetic. I need you to explain why he's apologetic. Okay, Kayla? So cannot, All right, sorry. Wei, can you lower your hand, please? I think you forgot to lower it just now, right? Yeah, please lower it. Thank you. Okay, if nothing else, let me move on. Okay, so why did Mr. Lee speak sternly to his children? In line 12, you see that the children are engaged in some kind of like very, very fierce argument, right? Okay, because they want to stake their claim on the ticket, right? So what is he trying to do when he speaks to them in a stern tone of voice? He is trying to, quite obviously, what's he trying to do? Adele, can you tell me what your answer was?
He was trying to stop Adam and Amy from arguing.
Yeah, very good. Right, that's entirely correct. Okay, he was trying to stop their argument, right? Stop them from arguing, stop their argument. Okay, anything about the argument stopping is good enough for me, but there's no need to talk about giving him a headache, right? He wanted to stop his headache. That's not the reason why. He actually wanted them to stop arguing about the ticket. Okay, anybody with an alternative answer? If not, I move on. It's not quite straightforward, right? I think most of you have gotten this. So I would say question 66, question 67B, these are the two difficult questions, right? 67A, I think is still quite okay. Pai Wen, what is it? Can you tell me what your alternative answer is?
Mr. Lee did not want an argument between Adam and Amy to get worse.
Okay, right, that's fine. In other words, he wanted to stop it from getting worse. That's fine, all right? Yeah, I accept that. He wanted to stop the argument, stop it from getting worse, stop them from being at each other's throats, stop them from disagreeing with one another. All these permutations are acceptable. Okay, like I said, quite an easy giveaway question, this one. Next one, Amy told Adam that she needed an hour. Again, 69A is quite easy. I think it's quite straightforward, but we'll just get an answer. Let's see, can I have Savesh give me 69A? What's your answer for 69A?
She wanted to finish the final level in a game.
Yes, she wanted to finish her game, right? Or the final level, okay? The final level is not compulsory, but if you include it, there's no harm, right? She wanted to finish her game, basically, right? She wanted to finish playing it. So she felt like she needed an hour to do it. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. 69B is the one that I think is a little bit more challenging. Again, I'll highlight it or circle it. Which word in the fourth paragraph suggests that she was in a hurry? I would assume that many of you would choose the word, what was it? Slid. Something like that, is it? Okay, maybe I'll just ask. Aiden, can you give me what your word is?
Gulped.
Very good. Yeah, correct. Okay. Most of you got this? Are you okay with it? Right? Because the action of drinking very quickly is to gulp. So the idea about speed and hurry is in the word drinking, not in the word slid out of the room. I think there was a word about her sliding out of the kitchen or something like that, right? Yeah, that is not speed, that is stealth. Okay, that is not speed, that's stealth. Okay, so I assume that some of you may have made that mistake, but glad to see most of you didn't. That's fine. Okay, question 70. This one quite straightforward. I'm going to put true, false first, then I'll go into the reason, okay? Amy let her parents know that she was unhappy to do the chores. True or false? Yeah, false, right? Yeah, definitely not. She did not do it in front of them. Okay, Adam was reluctant to start on the chores. True or false? Jin Jie, sorry, can you maybe unmute and tell us whether it's true or false?
False.
False. True, True, can you wave at me? How many of you, together with Jin Jie, same thing also, you all wrote false? Can you wave? I just want to see how many. Never mind, just be honest. How many of you said false? He was not reluctant. He wanted to start immediately. Okay, the rest of you all wrote true, is it? Okay, good. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to know. And C, Adam asked Amy to help with the chores. True or false? Wei Yu, sorry, can you try this one out for me? True or false? Just true or false will do.
True.
True? Yep. Okay, good. That's correct. Okay, so now the reasons I'm going to identify very quickly for you all the reasons. Amy let her parents know that she was unhappy. That is not true, it's false. Okay, because over here, the parents were out of earshot, then she began to complain. Okay, so the keyword here is that she waited, she complained or whined only after her parents were out of earshot. Okay? The key word here is they were out of earshot when she started whining, right? They were out of earshot. Anybody want to contend this answer? Yes, Dylan?
She whined loudly about doing the chores after their parents left the house.
Okay, all right. Out of earshot, left the house. I'll accept it as similar. Anand?
When Amy's parents were out of earshot, she whined saying that she did not want to do chores.
Okay, again, out of earshot is there already. There's no need to actually check that because I already gave you the keyword out of earshot, right? Yeah. Eden?
She started whining only after her parents had left.
Had left, okay. Again, similar to the previous answer about left the house. I will accept that, okay. Yeah, I'm assuming that they were leaving the house, right? It's in the passage. Okay, fine. Then let's move on to the next one. Okay, Eden, don't forget to lower your hand, okay. Adam was reluctant to start the chores. There's some controversy about this, but it's quite clear here. Okay, and I think, I don't know whether you got the same reason as me though. Okay, over here, can you see? Amy slipped out of the kitchen. Adam was about to follow suit, okay, when he saw the pile of dirty dishes. So what does this suggest to you? He was about to follow his sister out of the kitchen, right? In other words, right, he didn't want to start on the chores. He wanted to go out and play as well, like his sister was. But then he saw the dishes, so someone has to do it, right? So he resigned himself to doing it, but he was not willing. He was reluctant, okay? He was reluctant, as can be seen by the fact that he wanted to leave the kitchen with his sister, okay? He wanted to leave the kitchen. He wanted to, but he didn't, right? With his sister. And this desire to leave the kitchen, right, shows you that he was not willing. He was reluctant, right? That's the reluctance part, okay? It's true. He was reluctant. Pei Wen, yeah, go ahead.
Right, Adam was about to escape like Amy when he saw the dirty place and decided to do the chores.
Okay, yeah, he was about to escape like Amy, right? Then he saw the dirty dishes, so that changed his mind. So he was not originally willing. Okay, accept. Dylan?
He wanted to follow his sister, but he saw the dirty plates.
Yes, same thing as what Pei Wen said. Agree? Wei Yu?
Adam tried to slip out the kitchen.
Okay, Eden?
He wanted to escape from doing the chores, but realized he was slower than Amy.
Yes.
Therefore, he had to do the chores or both of them will get scolded.
Okay, accept. Kayla?
Adam wanted to make his escape but realized it was too late.
Yeah, agreed. Again, because his sister had gone first. Anand?
He wanted to follow suit with Amy and decided to leave the kitchen.
Okay, he wanted to follow suit. He wanted to follow his sister out of the kitchen. Fine. Okay, all of this shows his reluctance to start on the chores. Good enough. Okay, Eden, remember, lower your hand. Okay, finally, C. Adam asked Amy to help with the chores, right? So he didn't actually ask her, right? But he did kind of like call out to her and then dangle a dish towel in front of her with his eyes narrowed, right? So how do I summarize this in the answer? This is how I would write it now, okay? So Adam called out to his sister and passed her a dish towel. So this is what leads me to conclude that indeed he did ask her to help with the chores. Okay? So called out to his sister and passed her a dish towel. That's the evidence to me that he wanted her to help. Okay, even though he did not specifically ask her to help. This action demonstrates that he did ask her, right? Beyond words, not in words. Dylan?
He dangled a dish towel in front of Amy.
Okay, I'll accept that. Right, either or. Can you?
Adam dangled a dish towel in front of Amy, suggesting that he wanted her to help with the chores.
Yes, I accept. Like I told Dylan, right? I accept the dish towel being dangled in front of her is a signal. Anand?
Before Amy could return to play games, Adam called out to her and dangled a dish towel in front of her with 5 arrows and lips first.
Yeah. Okay. Don't need to feel insecure, lah. Okay. The answer is almost the same as mine. Pei Wen?
It is the same as Anand.
Okay. Thank you. All right. All good, right, so far? Okay. Now we come into the difficult part, right? This is the difficult question galore. It's all coming already. All these are all the difficult questions. Explain why Amy said good work to Adam. This one, okay, not that difficult, right? A is pretty straightforward. Can I hear from who have I not called yet? Arthur, can you give me the answer to 671A, please?
Adam had finished half his chores.
Okay, Adam had finished half the chores, not his chores. But I'll take that as a grammatical error, okay? So I'll still give you the mark. Half of the chores. Not half of his chores, because half of his chores is only half of half. Do you get what I'm trying to say, Arthur? Okay, half of the chores, he had finished half of all the chores, not just his own chores. That's fine. Okay, half of the chores, that's fine. So Amy rewarded him by praising him, right? Okay, Evan, mute your mic, please. I can hear you. Okay, let's have Jaden Ong. How can you tell that Adam was unhappy about what Amy said? Jaden Ong?
Because Adam hissed at Amy.
Okay, very good. Exactly that. Simple, short, and sweet. Okay, the word is hissed. Okay, there must be the idea of hissed because hissed carries the connotation of anger and annoyance. Okay, Aiden?
If I got part A wrong, is my part B correct? Is that?
Yes, it's all separate.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you can get part B correct, even though part A is wrong. Okay, yeah. And part C and part D are also separate. Okay, so you don't need to mark them in tandem. They are all separate responses. Okay. Thank you. Kayla, yeah?
Wait, for A, can I write
Yeah.
Adam was doing all the work while Amy was playing her game?
Okay, you cannot write that because it's not accurate enough. Is he doing all the work? Well, actually, technically, he has only finished half of it, right? At that stage, when Amy comes out, he has not finished all of the work yet. Okay, I know he's trying to do all of it by himself, but then you should have said he was doing all of the work by himself, right? If you're talking about how he's doing it without her help, right? But if you say doing all the work, then that's not accurate because factually at that point in time, he had not yet finished everything. Okay, Adele?
For A, can I write as Adam was doing the chores?
Cannot. You have to be specific. What was it that he had done that caused the sister to praise him? It was the fact that he had finished half of it. Half of all the work had already been done. So she praised him for that. Okay, good work. That was given for the half of the work. So must be specific. Okay, Aiden, do you forget to lower your hand? Okay, yeah. Okay, no more. Okay, let's go on. See, what did Amy mean when she wriggled her 10 fingers? Afifa, can you give me this one, please?
She needed 10 more minutes playing her game.
She needed 10 more minutes. Okay. The part about playing the game is up to you. Okay. If you write playing the game, that's fine. If you write to finish a game, that's okay. But the 10 more minutes or the 10 minutes is what is required. 10 minutes, 10 more minutes. Okay. Anand? Yep.
Can I say she was showing 10 minutes?
No, you're not. How can you show 10 minutes? No, you're asking for 10 minutes, right? The fact that she's wriggling her fingers, right, is the appeal, right? Please give me 10 more minutes, okay? It's not showing 10 minutes. It's not that 10 minutes have elapsed since the person started doing the chores. No, it's not that, okay? It's not showing 10 minutes. Okay, pretty straightforward. And this is the part. D is the one that's really difficult, okay? How did Amy's action in C make Adam feel? In other words, right, this action that she's doing make Adam what? Roll his eyes, right? Okay, roll his eyes at her, right? So what is rolling the eyes? What emotion? What feeling? You must be able to explain. Okay, Adele? Yep.
Annoyed.
Okay, good. Right. Annoyance. Okay. He was feeling annoyance or he felt annoyed. Okay, annoyance. Good. Possible. There are many answers here, right? So if you think your answer is similar, but not quite the same, please voice out, okay? Yeah. Pei Wen. Good.
Angry.
No. Not anger. When you roll your eyes at someone, it's not anger, okay, that you are expressing. Ruel, sorry, do you also say anger? Okay, no, it's not anger, okay? You can say annoyance, you can say frustration. Okay, frustration is different from anger. There is a slight nuanced difference. You can say what else? Okay, never mind. I'll just leave it at these two. Don't need to write too many, okay? Don't want to overload you all. Anybody else with anything that you feel might be possible? Please check with me, okay? I don't accept anger, okay? Disbelief, right? Possible, right? If you wrote disbelief, right? Maybe he didn't believe that she was going to only take 10 minutes. So he rolled her eyes at her. Possible, maybe he didn't believe that she was going to only take 10 minutes, right? That's possibility. But annoyance and frustration are the main ones, okay? Good. Coming to an end already. What does it in line 5 refer to? So let's go over to line 5. And I think this is quite easy, okay? Anybody just volunteer lah. And I can move on to the difficult one here. Because the difficult one is 72B. Okay, Dylan, what is it?
Going to the Sentosa exhibition.
Oh, no. It's not going to the Sentosa exhibition. It refers to the Sentosa exhibition. The exhibition and the act of going for the exhibition are different. Okay, I'm not talking, you see, I show you, in verse 5, right, it says, give it a miss. What did he miss? He missed the Sentosa exhibition, not going to the Sentosa exhibition. That's very different. The Sentosa exhibition or Sentosa exhibition, okay, is a noun. Going to the Sentosa exhibition is a verb. It's an act. So I'm not looking at the act of going. I'm looking at the exhibition itself. That is what I miss. I miss the exhibition. Not I miss going to the exhibition. Adele?
Can I rent the golden ticket to Sentosa exhibition?
He missed the golden ticket. No, he missed the exhibition, right? It's not that he missed the golden ticket. You understand what I'm trying to say, Adele? Right? So you must be very careful. You must pair it with the words in the passage. He was going to miss it. So what does the it refer to? Missing the exhibition. Miss the exhibition, not miss the golden ticket. Okay, so be very careful. I know where you're coming from, but unfortunately in this case, it's not accurate enough. Okay, Kayla?
The trip to the Sentosa exhibition.
The trip. No, it's not the trip, right? He's missing the exhibition. The event is the exhibition. So he's going to miss this event. This event is the exhibition, the Sentosa exhibition, not the trip to the exhibition. I'm not interested in the trip. I'm interested in the exhibition itself. Got it? Okay, so always answer to the point, okay? Because if you try to go too far off it, then you will end up making mistakes like this. The going or the trip, it's the exhibition itself. Fine difference, but a difference nonetheless. Will you? Yep.
Can I just write Sentosa?
Oh, no. Sentosa as a place and the exhibition that's held at Sentosa are very different things. Do you understand? Okay, it's like I say Singapore and I say Singapore Expo, right? It's very different, you know. Singapore is the whole island. Singapore Expo is a specific location within Singapore. Okay, so just omitting that one word can make a big difference. So cannot, sorry. Okay, but okay, good. These questions reveal what are things you need to be more careful of in your answering of the questions, okay? I apologize, there's some construction noise. I hope it's not too loud. Okay, 37, line 37, instinct is the difficult one. Okay, so line 37, I show you first, you all see, act on his instinct. He did not act on his instinct. So he did not act on this instinct that he had. What is this instinct that he had? What instinct did he have? What did he immediately think of when he saw the envelope? Right? What was this instinct? Okay, and you must be careful how you answer it. Okay, Pei Wen, you try first.
Tossing the envelope into the bin.
No, that's not his instinct. What your instinct is something you think about first without thinking about other things. The first thing that comes to your mind. Is the first thing that came to his mind throwing the thing away? No. Something happened first before he decided to throw it away. What was the first thing that came to his mind before he decided to throw the envelope away? Arthur?
He thought it was Amy pulling a prank.
So, what was his instinct? His instinct was that it was a
trick.
It was a prank, a trick, right? It was what was the exact words here? That it was one of his sister's practical jokes. Okay, so what was his instinct? His first thought was that it was one of his sister's jokes. Okay, or practical jokes. If you use the word practical, that's fine, okay? But one of his sister's jokes is necessary, okay? Anand?
Can I write the thought that it was one of Amy's jokes?
Okay, I accept that. That's his instinctive response. He thought that it was one of his sister's jokes. Okay, I accept that. One of his sister's jokes, right? That's fine. But it is definitely not throwing the envelope away. Yeah? That's not the first thing that occurred to him. The first thing that occurred to him, oh, this is a joke. Then, leading from that instinct, he decided to throw the envelope away at first. But then he refrained from doing so because he was curious, right? So that's the sequence of events. First, instinct. Sister's prank. Second, throw away. Third, hey, wait a minute, I'm curious. That's the process, the breakdown of what happened, okay? Right? So why did Adam open the envelope carefully? I think the word here is gingerly, right? In the passage it says, he gingerly opened it. Now, what does that suggest to you? Anand?
He was expecting like a prank to occur.
Okay, he was expecting a prank. Okay, I accept the word prank, but he was expecting a practical joke. Okay, or a prank, which is, I guess, a synonym for practical joke. You all know what's a practical joke, right? Okay, like a exploding parcel, like a jack in a box, right? Like powder coming out, of the envelope, something that will cause him inconvenience or discomfort lah. So he was wary of that. Were you? Yeah.
He thought he was one of Amy's practical jokes and expected something to happen.
Okay, he expected something to happen because it was like a practical joke from the sister. Okay, I expect that. I accept that. Sorry, Ruel.
He was curious and did not. He expected that it was his sister's joke.
He expected it was his sister's joke.
Yeah.
Okay, I accept that. I accept that. Okay, because it mentions that it was a practical joke in the passage, so I accept that. Adele, yeah.
As he thought it was one of his sister's prank.
Okay, yeah. Dylan.
He thought it was one of his sister's practical jokes.
Yeah, he was expecting a practical joke. He thought it was his sister's practical joke. All okay, all right, all acceptable. Thank you very much. So this one quite straightforward, okay? Even though I thought it was a bit difficult, but I think most of you managed to get it. What are the two things that Adam realized? So two things, 2 marks, two things. What are the two things that he realized when he saw the ticket in the envelope? Two things he realized immediately. So I'm guessing many of you will only get one thing correct. We'll see whether you get two things correct or not. Okay, let's see. I'll call somebody else. Simon, can you give me what are your two things, Simon?
Adam realized that he had been picked to go to the Sentosa exhibition and that was what Mr. Lee meant for what he said the previous day.
Okay, so you get 1 mark. Okay, because that's the realization that he is going for the exhibition, and the fact that his father had picked him, right, had made the decision what the father meant is 1 point. Actually, all you need to say is that Adam, okay, this is 1 point, the one that Sing-Meng said correctly, realized he was going, okay, for the Sentosa exhibition, okay? Now, I give you a hint, the other reason happened immediately. The other realization was immediate, okay? It was immediate. He realized something immediately. Before he realized that he was going for the exhibition, something else had to happen first. He had to realize something first. And it is linked to question 73. Okay? Wan.
Adam knew why his father told them he would let them know who would be going to the Sentosa exhibition and why the parents left the chores for them.
Why the parents left the chores for them? No, not correct. So you only get 1 mark for that. Arthur?
He realized it wasn't his practical joke set up by
Yes.
his sister.
Thank you, Arthur. Right? He realized, second point, he realized this, and, okay, I'm just going to put and not a practical joke. So what it was and what it was not is the 2 marks. What it was now his ticket to go to the exhibition. What it was not, it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a practical joke by his sister. Okay, so this question is elegant because it's asking you for what is and is not at the same time. Very elegant question, very well constructed. Quite a good set of questions. Okay, like I demonstrated to you, quite a number of challenging questions that require you to compare. Will you? Yeah.
He realized it was a Sentosa ticket and that he would go to Sentosa.
1 mark. You are not mentioning anything about the fact that it is not a practical joke from his sister, because that was what he thought, right? His instinct was it's a practical joke. But when he opened it, he saw the ticket in the envelope, right? Immediately he realized, oh, this is not a joke. It's real, right? And what is the real thing? I'm going for this exhibition. Okay, so what it is not, what it is. Anand?
He realized what his father had said yesterday night, that he needed to move over deciding who between Adam and Amy to bring to the exhibition.
Very convoluted, doesn't really answer the question. No, it's not that he realized what the father meant. No, it's not. He realized immediately when he opened the envelope, first of all, hey, this is not a joke. And then second of all, hey, I'm going. That's what he realized. He wasn't thinking back to the previous day when his father was telling him about how he was going. No. I mean, that's not how you would operate in that situation either, right, boys and girls? If you see this, your immediate reaction will be, phew, it's not a practical joke. And then, yay, I'm going. Right? It's very obvious, right? You wouldn't go and think, hey, why did my father ask me to do the chores? Oh, it's because he put the envelope. No, that's not how you would normally react, right? That's not a human response to that, right? Your immediate response would be, oh, phew, not a prank. And yay, I'm going for the exhibition, right? So please follow the logical progression of the story as set forth in the paragraph, okay? Last one, 75. Yes, this is difficult, very difficult, okay? What do you mean by 2 birds with 1 stone? You all understand that, right? Okay, you all know what it means to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right? You all know that, Don't need me to explain to you all, So, what are the 2 things that are killed? Or what are the 2 things that are accomplished in this case? Jing, can I listen to your answer? Tell us what are your 2 things.
The argument on the who gets the ticket and the dirty plates in the sink.
Yeah. The 2 things he's referring to are the argument and the dirty plates. No. Okay. Those 2 things are problems. Okay. But I'm talking about the solution. So I'm talking about two things that were solved, 2 solutions that were presented by this particular act of finding the envelope. The 2 solutions. Okay. Kayla?
Mr. Lee was referring to choosing who to bring with him to the Sentosa exhibition and
Okay.
finishing the chores.
Okay, I accept that. Okay, so the two things, right? He was referring to choosing, right? So who would go? Okay, this is the first bird. Okay, the first bird that was killed. And completing all the chores, Okay, that's the second bird that he killed with his one stone, right? So by hiding the envelope, he also ensured that somebody had finished all the housework. Okay, by the time they found the envelope. Again, very elegant answer, right? It harnesses the passage very well. Pei Wen, yeah, what's your answer?
Mr. Lee found out who was the lucky kid who would follow him to the Sentosa exhibition and completing all the chores.
Can you repeat the first part again? You are muted. Pei Wen, can you please repeat yourself again? The first part, I'm waiting.
Mr. Lee found out who was the lucky kid who would follow him to the Sentosa exhibition and completing all the chores.
Okay, I said that. Thank you. Dylan? Dylan, hello.
Who had done the chores and who will go with him to the Sentosa exhibition?
Who had done the chores? That's incorrect. He's not trying to find out who did the chores. He's trying to get all the chores done. Dylan, do you understand the difference between the two? Okay, he's not trying to discover who did the chores. That's not one of his stones. It's getting the chores done. Okay, so your first point is wrong. Your second point is who would go with him to the exhibition is correct. Okay, Singmong, yeah.
The dilemma for who to choose to go to the Sentosa exhibition and which of the twins completed all the chores.
Sorry, say that again. One more time, slower.
The dilemma for who to choose to go to the Sentosa exhibition and which of the twins completed all the chores.
Okay, again, the similar to Dylan, your first part is correct, the dilemma. So the dilemma was solved. But then who to complete all the chores is not the point. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm not trying to decide who to complete the chores. I'm trying to complete the chores. It doesn't matter who completes it. Simon, do you understand? I'm not trying to discover who completed the chores, right? I'm trying to get the chores done. That's my objective. I want someone to finish the chores. It doesn't matter who, right? And then in doing that, this person is also selected to go for the Sentosa exhibition. Is that, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, I'm not trying to identify who is the person who did the chores, okay? Not in that sense, okay? Aiden?
He was referring to clearing the chores and seeing who deserved the golden ticket to the Sentosa exhibition.
Okay, so who deserved the ticket and then completing the chores, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, who deserved to go? Okay, I accept that. Deserving because you finished the chores, right? Yeah, okay. Can accept. Okay. Who is deserving and then completing all the chores? Yeah, all good. Anybody else? If not, then congratulations. We are done with the comprehension. I anticipated taking an hour. We're not that far off, okay? Because this is quite a complex passage. Is it okay if we do the comprehension close back in class on Monday? Okay, I don't think you all want to drag on for another 20-25 minutes, right? I think it's quite a long session already, okay? So you all have a good weekend. finish the paper, complete it within as short a time as possible. Bring the intact paper on Monday. We will complete reviewing the comprehension, close passage, and synthesis. Then I will mark all the rest, including the MCQs for you. Is that okay? We won't go through the MCQs this time. We'll just go through close passage and synthesis in class on Monday. Can? Right, that's all. Thank you very much, everybody. Good job. I'll send you all the annotated version of this, right? So you all can refer to it in case I was going a bit too fast. Okay, you all weren't able to follow. Can? Right, I'll send this to you all for your corrections. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Pang.
No problem. My pleasure. See you on Monday.
Bye, Mr. Pang.
Bye. See you all.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Sorry, Helen. You came right as we were finishing up. Yeah, okay. Just catch the recording, right? Bye-bye.